If you're stuck at the same body fat percentage, if you're overweight, if you're just not happy where your body is at and you know that you can get more out of your potential, I'm going to talk about why and how to get in the best shape of your life. Hello everyone, my name is Nolan Ullman. I'm an online fitness professional. I help people impact their family tree through their fitness and get in, like I said, the best shape of their life. Let's talk about why you're stuck where you're at, okay? So this is where most people begin, where they get stuck in the middle, and then eventually, if you become an expert, you get to that point. So if you're a beginner right now, this is probably where you're at, okay? You're lost, you're confused. You see all this information, just word vomit on the internet, right? You're overweight, you're skinny fat, you're low energy, and you have no idea what to eat. You're afraid to invest in yourself, and therefore to invest in your future and your body and being the best that you can be. You lack confidence, you lack motivation, your identity is not in a great spot, and you don't have enough muscle mass, okay? So I was once here. This is where I was at, okay? It's 160, 16% body fat, very, very skinny fat, very insecure. I had no idea what I was doing, okay? Now, maybe you're a little bit past that, okay? You're at the intermediate stage, right? And there's three different things that we get stuck in here, which is, a plateau, a yo-yo, where you just keep, getting good results and you lose it all, and then you self-sabotage, where you're quote-unquote healthy. You understand macros, and you've tried fad diets, keto, vegan, you name it. Your motivation's on and off. You're stuck in a plateau, right? You've been at the same spot for months, weeks, for a long time, maybe even years. You're comfortable enough, right? Like quote-unquote healthy. You're not actually eating the best you can eat. You know that you can get a little more shredded. You know that you can see your abs, but I'm not 400 pounds overweight, right? Like you always are rationalizing. You're inconsistent, and then you have no idea about high-level nutrition. So at this point, like I said, you understand macros, you know proteins, carbs, fats, maybe how they interact at a low level, but not at a high level. You eat processed foods, and you don't supplement. Okay, so that's where we get the intermediate. Now, the experts, okay? This is your sustainable dream body. Metabolic priming, you have an identity of being shredded, so you always consistently stay there. You do the actions to stay there. You're consistent, you're disciplined, you eat whole foods, you look great naked, you're confident in your body, you have the identity, of a one percenter, and you have an incredibly happy spouse and or partner. This is where I have been at since 2022. So I reached my dream body right there with my guy DK Metcalf, 210, 3.3% body fat. And it took time. It took investing in myself quite a bit. Now, let's talk about, why you might be stuck in these first two and how to get to that expert level, okay? So here are the macros, okay? You might understand these as a base. Let's get into them a little bit more, okay? Maybe you don't even know about thermic effect. So the thermic effect of food is so incredibly important because it adds to our BMR, okay? It is the calories at which it takes to burn a certain macro. So we have protein, 4 calories per gram, gets broken down into our amino acids, building blocks of body, muscles, and bones. Really, really, really important. Our carbs, much less thermic effect, but still 4 calories per gram. As you can see here, with protein, it's really important for muscle mass, carbs, leptin, fat with your hormones. We'll get to that. So carbs, quick energy, your body's main source of energy. It's broken down into glucose for energy. The extra is stored in your liver, and the carbs support bodily functions and activity. Fat, like I said, super important for hormonal function, long-term energy, and once again, also supports bodily functions and activity. Okay, here's something really key that you need to talk about and we need to look at is it takes more energy, calories, because calories are energy, to build and maintain muscle than fat. So if you have more muscle, you're going to have a faster metabolism. So maybe this is where you're at, okay? If your metabolism is crashed, you are screwed. And it's because you're not using the macros in the correct way. So here's signs that your metabolism might have crashed, okay? You've got extreme fatigue, poor sleep, increased hunger, you have insulin resistance, you're bloated, you're in that weight plateau like we talked about, you have consistent brain fog, your energy's low, bad skin, and decreased sex drive. Okay, so let's look at where does your metabolism come from? Before we can talk about fixing it, let's understand it, okay? 60% is from BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, okay? Basal metabolic rate. And this is bodily functions like blood flow, organ functions, sleeping, thinking, breathing, right? This is everything that you don't think about. It happens subconsciously. The next 25% is everything that you do consciously. So working out, walking, speaking, any other sort of activity where you're consciously moving, you're doing things to burn the calories. The last 15%, and this is where people miss so much, is the thermic effect of food. So this is the energy that it takes to digest and convert food into energy. So calorie conversion and digestion. So we can raise our protein and do a really good job of getting that. There's other things that help that as well. Okay, so here we go. How do we fix this? Increase protein, follow your macros, a dialed macro split that's customized to you, and optimize glucose response. This will increase your muscle mass, and when we have increased muscle mass, what do we talk about? Our BMR goes up, which is 60% of our metabolism, right? And then we need to get better sleep, have way better water intake, and then optimize the thyroid function. Okay, so let me just talk about some obstacles that you might have, and let's just talk about these. Okay, I'm older, so my metabolism is slower. Not true. You've not made the best choices over the past years, and that's why this has crashed. As you can see here, most of this is within your control. Okay, so your metabolism is not slower. You just haven't made the best choices that you can make. Okay, I'm a hard gainer. I'm gonna break it to you. Calories in, calories out. So what we need to do is get the quality of calories. They're probably garbage that you've been having, and they're not the right time. So that's what we really need to do. Okay, my health issues hold me back. No, actually, they're the very reason why you need to do this. They don't hold you back. In fact, the more you do these other things, your health issues will go away. So these are the very things you need to do. My genetics suck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I played Division I college football. I've played with some absolute freaks. And there's some guys that can jump out of bed and they can run a 4.3 and are 3% body fat after eating a Big Mac for the last 12 days in a row. Their genetics are insane. However, you're not getting the most out of your genetics. And the reality is, what is great about their genetics is their metabolism is naturally higher. Well, you can do the same thing by making the same choices and still eating great food. Like, you don't have to, and I'll tell you what, having your genetics suck is actually the biggest blessing ever, because you'll learn how to do things correctly. Because I see with those guys, when they get out of their 20s or whatever, they end up having these horrible habits, and maybe they do stay lean their whole life, but their health is absolutely garbage, and that's not what we're about here at Make It Happen. My metabolism is different. Okay, it might be different than the next person, but I'll tell you right now, you're not a unicorn. There's someone else that has been through what you've been through, and they got the results that you want to have. So we just got to use these strategies. But my body type, I'm an endomorph, I'm a mesomorph, that doesn't matter. All that matters is inputs and outputs. We just might need to have different ones. Maybe you need to eat sweet potatoes instead of rice. I don't know how your body reacts to everything. Well, that's something that we need to work together to find. Okay? From here, there's two paths you can take, right? If you're in the intermediate or your beginner stage. Path number 1, you can keep doing what you're doing. Okay? You can stay stuck where you're at. You can live a lie and not get to your 10.0 self, right? You can keep overtraining and burning out and doing never-ending cardio. Never-ending cardio, thinking that that's going to work and get you to being shredded consistently. Like I said here, sustainable dream body. If we go back to me here, look at this. This is last month right here. This is 3 months ago. So this has been sustainable for almost 3 years now. Dream body has been sustainable for almost 3 years, and it's because I do all these strategies, these high-level strategies. Okay, you can keep doing fad diets and restrictions and having the yo-yo, destroying your metabolism and your hormones, and then just feeling like garbage, and then feeling even worse after you feel like garbage because you don't like what you look in the mirror. You can keep doing random workouts that aren't science-backed. You can guess with your macro split, keep going to social media university, following the next reel, wasting your time. You can let down those closest to you and live in your excuses forever. Or path number 2, you can invest in yourself in a long-term solution for your health and body. You can impact your family tree through your fitness, finally. You can compress decades into days. by just investing in the correct thing. Because how much money have we wasted with all these other things that we've done? And how much do we waste even to this day still on things that aren't going to get you to your goal? Bad food, ineffective programs, not personalized programs, right? You can train less, eat more, and see results in weeks, not years. Regain balance with your hormones, create a life-altering identity that lasts the rest of your life, and create your dream relationship or attract your dream relationship because you've taken care of your vessel that you travel in every single day. Okay, so if this sounds like you and you want to fix your metabolism and break through and get to this expert level with your body, with your fitness, go ahead and click the link down below to book in a call with me. We can get on a call and just see if I can help, see if we're fit. Not everybody qualifies, and if you don't qualify, I'll point you in the right direction. But go ahead, go down there. If not, then go ahead and go follow me on Instagram. You can see my life, everything that I do. I have a ton of content on there that can help you out as well. I'm here to serve. Really excited. I hope that we work together one day, and just DM me on there if you want to start a conversation, see if we can help as well. Click that link down below. Like, subscribe for more value. I appreciate you guys. Make it happen. Out.